I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
I feel rather out of sorts.
An infusion of hard-shelled insects should do the trick.
Is there a qualified doctor we can ask? Blood rending you a bloody howling!
Prepare
to be seized.
Less talking, more doing.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! I'm not done!
Sleep now.
Sword Rain Alpha! Down on the ground! There! Sonic Spear! Penumbra! Take it! Dragon Form! Take it! Dragon Form! Dragon Form! Bring you of your power!
Nothing gets by me!
Dragon Form! I am not beyond fury! Down on the ground! Dragon Form! Take it! Behold! The Earth's hope! Tectonic vision!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Now!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done!
My reach is even wider! Take it! It got fired!
Ice up! Let him burn for him!
This one's all yours! Eating pile
I never miss!
I'll take you! It's on! Dragon Form!
Do it!
Heal my beauty! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Lunar
You're
Corruption!
mine!
Lunar
Down on the ground! Tornado Drive! Try hard, my turn!
Photon Flash!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Benediction Light! Here I come!
Trouble!
In an instant! Impact Cross! Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Come and face me! Being interrupted. I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight!
Careful! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Explosion!
Here I come!
I'm ready! Not much longer to go!
Come on, one final push!
Let's do this together, Alvin! Do it! This ends now!
out!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Ashen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Incantation ruined! You're mine! Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha! Try harder! Now!
Don't get in my way!
Here I come!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
The flame inside me! Your life be let free! Regeneration!
I never miss!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Shot! Radiant
This world!
Ignite! Regeneration!
Healing
Hooray!
Fire! Double beam!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
We managed to pull through.
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No. They appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Alganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
What is with all the huge lumbering beasts lately?
No ordinary zoo. That much is damn sure.
Watch yourselves. All bets are off when it comes to this thing. Take this! Cut! Stardust! Soaring Light Spear!
Negative gate.
Stardust! Soaring Light Spear!
Bloody holiday.
Take this! Stardust!
Its head is its weak point? We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
I'm not done!
On the ground.
Stardust!
Dance in the wind! Radiant Field!
Elusive deity.
Soaring Blast! Take this! Stardust!
Blasting shot. Eagle ray.
The water's already
You picked the wrong fight!
In a bind.
The
fluidity of your movements is simply
Eat
incredible.
dirt!
You're mine!
Dance on the wind.
Razor Cyclone!
Down
Dark
the ground.
Devastation!
Do
I'm
it!
ready.
Theon! Astral Energy! Full throttle! Go! Oh,
Spirits within the soil.
Take this! Soaring Light Spear!
Rending you apart.
Bloody howling!
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come!
Annihilation! Maelstrom! Look here!
Soaring light spear!
By the power of
It's
flame!
gone!
Vanish without a trace!
Stardust! Eagle ray! Soaring light spear!
Unadulterated
Chain
fury.
between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divide!
Stardust! Bloody howling! Murderous devastation! Negative gate!
Expert coming through! Blood!
Bloody
Glacial
howling!
spear! Here's evil! Freeze laser!
Heal my weary heart! Stardust! Soaring light spear! Murderous devastation!
I'm almost impressed!
How praise coming from you?
I said almost, don't get carried away.
Far enough!
Cyclone!
Armor won't save you!
Magic Gazelle! Air thrust! It's about to strike!
This one will starve everyone!
Gale Force! Freeze laser! Raging Cascade!
Murderous devastation!
A chain between heaven and earth! Healing circle! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Why'd you do it?
To stop me dying?
Right.
Here's a healing art!
Let me free you of your power! Defense! Here I come! Ignite!
Thunder Field! I never fit! Do it now!
Force of regeneration! In an instant! Impact Plus! The hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests. What do you mean? You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting, but I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Everything's topsy-turvy and that's all you can think about?
Bear in mind, the core of Rena now sits above us. I pray that we won't encounter many stairs along the way.
No choice. You're mine! Here I go! Start us! Soaring light spear! Thunderous devastation! Leave the charges to me! Why don't
gonna need all of us
won't
together!
escape me!
Raging
Soaring light spear! Thunderous devastation!
Dance immortal
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop you.
You're mine! Spear!
Illuminate the sword!
You're mine! Soaring light spear!
Resonate with the earth! Freeze lantern!
Take this!
On your knees.
Take this!
In a bind.
Lunar collider!
Ignite!
Immortal goblin!
Can you take
Do
it?
it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renasolma.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Renasolma's here, right?
Just don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevracht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renasolma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not only that, but that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you. The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that old.
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Thank you, time to let it rip!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Dragon form!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was improved.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Strike! It's on! Sword Racer!
Get on in there with show you what my art can do. Rise and shine! It's showtime!
You're mine!
Everlasting dark.
In here!
Negative
I
danger.
didn't see this one! Spray! It's done! More where that came from! Freeze Laser! Celestial Attack! Ice Strike! Here I go! Go! One more! Puddle!
You picked the wrong fight!
Can't get out of this.
You're mine! Dragon form!
Illuminate the dark! Annihilation!
Shine. Radiant light.
Holy
I have no
Regeneration.
limits! Sword Rain Alpha!
A wailing!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
By the power of flame!
Take it!
Carve without trace!
The everlasting dark.
Dance in the wind!
Negative
Do it!
danger.
Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! A flawless victory! Naturally! Here I go! Go!
Okay,
Radiant
here I go!
Chinese supernova! Where are you going?
No escape!
Arcade
This one's
They're not
all
playing
mine.
around! Here I go! Go! Radiant here!
Burn!
Hey, Radiant here!
No further!
Here goes! One more! Take that! Magic is
Sword
there!
Rain Alpha!
Thank you.
Dance in the wind! Grab evil! Freeze Lancer!
Here I come!
Everlasting dark.
Here I come!
Here!
Here!
The water's
Dragon
free!
form!
Annihilate!
Try
Dance!
harder.
Immortal
My
Doppler!
turn.
Lightning!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Damn it! Tidal wave! I don't even know the word defeat.
Benediction light.
Radiant here!
You're mine!
Go!
Stardust!
Go! Orbit now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Clock! Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Yes, Alvin. Dancing may look cute and stuff, but they're big.
Radiant light.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! My turn!
Leave the enemy's art to me.
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this. Here's evil.
Resonate with the earth.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Stalagmite. Spirits within the soil. Awaken and reclaim.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Ghost! You're mine!
Between weapon and
Sword Ring Alpha!
a wailing
Come one, come all!
Airborne beast.
My Dragon Swarm!
Rhapsody of Darkness!
Sword Ring Alpha!
Flying freaks!
What did they just do?
I'm ready!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang! Now! Here I come!
The waters of creation.
Sword Ring Alpha!
Here's a healing droplet. First aid.
Megasonic Thrust!
Heal.
Sword Ring
Get
Alpha!
out of there with the others. One more time.
Try harder!
Magic is out.
More sequels?
Keep calm and take them down.
There!
Take this!
You picked the wrong fight!
Divine Taste. Burning
Throwing Light Spear!
Logic is
That'll bring you down. This is in the sky and mine.
You're mine! Dragon
Now,
Swarm!
red. Astral energy.
Say no more! More? I'm not done!
Red.
Sword Ring Alpha!
Here's evil. Freeze Lancer.
Take it! Soaring Light Spear!
I'm ready. Lost.
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
By the power
More?
of flame.
Take this!
Vanish without a trace. Lightning
Sword Ring Alpha!
Lightning
I'm
descend.
ready.
Jolene. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
In a bind?
Soaring Light Spear! More? Thunderous Devastation! I'm not done!
Gemini Aqua.
We've turned the tables. More? Dragon Swarm! Sword Ring Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial
This
Spear.
one's all mine!
Rhapsody of Darkness!
Dragon Swarm! You picked the wrong fight! More?
Field.
Penumbra!
Here's evil.
Take this!
Elusive deity!
Sword Ring Alpha! This one's all mine!
I'm ready!
Field. Astral energy. Full throttle. A flawless victory.
Soaring Light
Naturally.
Spear!
Take
Stun
this!
us!
Here's evil.
Soaring Light Spear!
Lancer.
Can you take it?
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Xion actually look desperate.
Dragon Swarm!
Bloody
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Get on here.
masterful death!
Here I come!
Rending you apart!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Driven and talented.
Not too shabby, if I do say so myself.
Far more than the power I can conjure alone, that's for sure.
Was that a compliment?
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
retreat if you know what's good for you.
You got
Dragon
it.
Swarm!
Radiant
Sword Lane
Fire!
Alpha! I've been hit with something. Be careful, everyone.
Even imagine
This one isn't normal.
No, feeling so great. Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Do it! Sounds like a job for your
Maybe my arc frozen?
Hammer!
Here's a
Now! Take this!
First aid!
Mega Sonic
I'll
Drop!
fix you up! Recover! Nail struck!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me.
No complaints here.
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was improved.
No, I mean you're even better than ever. I've never seen Sion actually lift.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
I've been doing really great lately.
Let's see what you've got.
Fire beyond the target window! I call on thee!
Take this!
They're surrounding us!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Searing flame! It's a duel of the arts! Take it dead! Air thrust!
Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Aim for the...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Dragon Swarm! Mega Sonic Drop! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! I'm not done!
Rhapsody of Darkness.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Swarm! Try harder! My turn! Elusive Deity! Dragon Swarm!
By the power of
Now, while it's reeling!
take it down!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity.
Sword Lane
Can you
Alpha!
take it?
There! Spear! Sword Lane Alpha!
Shall break this night.
You're mine!
Law! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah. It's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants. How it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's Great Spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
be a delicious piece of cake!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Illuminate
Here
the
I come!
storm! Shoot them out of the sky!
Eat this!
Got it! No more chance! Born between heaven and earth!
I'll smash you!
A wailing dancy of lightning! Burning strike!
Dragon Swarm!
Divine savior! Blah blah blah! Air thrust! Rise and shine!
Strona! Catapult!
Lightning conduct!
Soaring Light Spear! Thunderous Death! Flame inside me! Cure! Can't get out of reach! Blue escape! Soaring Light Spear! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
This could be useful.
Wherever we go on this planet, there are machines littered everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander, but I sure wouldn't want to live here with all of this around.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't cook any of my delicious dinners for you all if we lived here.
Clearly the worst point against it.
Will be a delicious piece of cake! Lunar corruption!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar blast!
Ignite!
Leave the target to me! Lunar blast!
Dragon Swarm!
The everlasting king!
You're mine!
Negative gain!
Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going? Confiscated!
I have no limits! You're mine!
Rending you apart!
Sword Rain Alpha! Backing Blade!
Healing circle!
Incinerator!
couldn't make it in time. This death shall not be. I am not beyond fury.
By the power of flame!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
You must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I can.
Glad you're on up, Silverine.
Explosive ring!
Holy glimmer! Holy glimmer!
It's over! You're
A
mine!
whale of the astral energy!
Say no more!
That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
Ignite!
Rotating pile driver.
Here I come! Sword Lane Alpha! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Sword Lane Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
The fluidity of your movement is
Let's free! Catapult! You're mine! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
The waters of creation.
Dragon Swarm! Hey! Blow them away!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Take this! Regenerate! Start up!
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
Take this! Captivity! Start up!
Feel
Time to let it rip! Sword Rain Alpha!
Stars of light! Rain down!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Star!
Regenerate!
I'm sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me.
You're mine! This one's all mine! Stardust!
Immortal droplet!
You're mine! Ignite!
Sleep now!
Soaring Light Spear!
Lunar corruption!
Take this!
Gemini Aqua!
Sword Rain Alpha! The flame inside is yours to be let go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Violent wind! Fire complete focus! Corruption! Tunnel!
Here I come! Eat this!
The waters of creation!
Rhapsody of
Sword Rain
Darkness!
Alpha!
I'm out of
Dragon Form!
energy!
I'm ready!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Wow! Look what I just found.
Hi, Hoodle!
You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha!
Can't get out of this!
Swarm flight!
You're mine!
Shield Ever!
Where are you going?
No dawn shall break this night!
Sword Rain Alpha! In an instant! Impact Block!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Go no further!
Here I come!
Denied!
Strike! Sword Rain Alpha! Megasonic Thrust! Take this! Dragon Form!
They might reflect the rain!
I'm not No escape! You're mine! Pierce! Sword Rain Alpha! Eat this! I'm not done! Dragon Form!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Take this! There!
No dawn shall break this night!
I need
Can't move!
You need to be healed.
how the mighty have fallen.
Let them mark!
I'm ready! Show me! In an instant! Impact Block!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
So those thorns of Shion's, they're really a part of Rena's Great Spirit?
Most likely. But only a small fragment of it in the big picture. I don't sense a will of its own emanating from them.
If it's that insignificant, is there that much point getting rid of it?
I'm not done! Try harder! Not a chance! Dragon Swarm!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Stardust! Soaring Light Spear! Make it Stardust!
Being interrupted.
Thanks, Kisara.
The enemy wields arms too.
You'll soon see about that.
Ignite! Take this! Soaring Light Spear!
Searing Flame! Demon Blast! Ready to go! Not in your dreams!
I'm not done!
Reload!
Dragon Swarm!
Retake Charge!
Here I come!
Where are you going?
Yours to be let free! Ignite! Negative gate!
Here, let me help.
No escape!
Sharing your pieces!
It's over! No further! Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
Benediction light.
Sword Rain Alpha! Long! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Take this! Dragon Swarm!
You must be tired of killing me.
I'm merely doing what I can.
Glad you're on our side, Wolverine.
Megasonic Thrust!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Now for the
Sword Rain Alpha!
Demon Blast! Radiant Tiger! Supernova!
Awaken and
Radiant!
Hold nothing back!
Rise and shine! Here I come!
Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This looks nice and tough.
further!
Reflect! Take this! Can't get out of this! Sword Raiden! Come one, come all!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust! Sword Raiden! Turn the tables on him!
There are still more left.
Right! No time to hold back! Rhapsody of Darkness! Stardust!
Dance in the wind!
Soaring Light Spear! Soaring Blast! Here I come! Not today! I'll grind you into dust! Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
You fight better at a distance.
further away the better. You and I both.
Heal my weary companion. Cure.
No more playing nice! Searing flame! I'm out of the way! Heal!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Swarm!
Healing circle!
This death shall not be forgotten.
Try this!
What in the world? Don't worry. I'm alright. Still standing.
Oh, violent darting wind! Recover! Heaven and earth!
Here I come!
Do it! Lightning! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
It's on! Dragon Swarm!
Here! Magic is
Resonate with the earth.
in here!
On your knees.
Try harder! My turn! Sword Rain Alpha!
Oh, violent darting
Dragon
wind!
Swarm!
Magic is there!
Eat this!
Crossblade! One more time!
Sword Rain Alpha! Try this!
Air thrust!
I'm ready!
A whirling
Look!
circle!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky! This'll be a delicious piece of cake!
Can't get out of this.
Stardust!
The close one! Burning blood!
Dragon Swarm!
Green Lancer!
Sword Rain Alpha! Aim for the weak spot! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Radiant
Down on the ground! Here I come!
Lightning Orb! Glacial
Try harder!
Fury Eagle!
Not a chance! Dragon Swarm! No escape! Sword Rain Alpha!
Healing Circle!
Now it's on!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Here I come! Soaring Light Sphere! Thunderous Devastation!
Here I go!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Ignite! Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
Far beyond the darkest sky!
Soaring Light Sphere!
Green Lancer!
Shine. Radiant light.
Such unadulterated fury.
Try harder! I'll take you all off! Okay, here I go!
I never fit!
I'm not done!
No further!
This one's all mine!
Don't mind if I do!
Stardust! Ignite! Stardust!
I'll grind you into dust!
What my art can do! Rise and shine!
Sword Ring Alpha!
Back.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine! Radiant light!
Okay, here I go!
Don't suffer in silence!
Thanks!
Down on the ground!
Now!
Stardust! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together!
Like a finely timed waltz.
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Stardust!
Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle herself.
You can be really dense, though, Helene.
I have no limits! Here I come! Stardust! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
By the power of Furnace without a trace! Illuminate the dark! Come down! Holy glimmer! Here comes!
Sword Ring Alpha! Now!
In a bind!
Really?
Take it down! Now!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Not a chance! It's on! Not today!
Lunar corruption!
Do it! Right, Brazil!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Hey, Alvin, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Did we really just spend that much money?
This looks so good. I almost want to have it all to myself.
That was quite the little adventure we went on. That Zoogle seems intriguing.
That's all you have to say about it?
The sword-wielding soup.
Oh, and not just one, but 4!
It thinks 2 extra hands is enough to beat me. It's sorely mistaken!
Let's just focus on what's important.
Dragon Swarm!
By the power
Down
of
on the
Thor!
ground!
Where are you going?
Nothing gets by me!
Let me show you
I'm
what
not
my art
done.
can do! Dragon
Dragon Swarm!
In a bind?
Alright, it's time!
Resonate
You're
with
Here
mine!
you go! Don't let out!
No harm in being interrupted.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Elusive deity!
You picked the wrong fight!
A charge like that could easily be
You're
fatal.
mine!
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Your dreams!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Thrilling performance.
Got it!
In a bind?
Now's our
Dragon
chance!
Swarm!
I can carve through armor!
No escape!
Thunder Shield!
Elusive deity!
Dance in the wind!
Hitting pile
It's
driver.
over!
Air thrust! Pain between heaven and earth!
Eagle
You're
Fury!
A wailing dance! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
A whirling struggle!
You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha!
Require a hand.
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm!
Explosion!
Burn in hell!
Spirits within the soil.
Now, all is reeling!
Take it down!
Alpha!
Masterful dash!
Dragon Swarm!
I didn't think you had it in you.
Focus. There'll be time to congratulate me later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
Take this! Sword Rain
Watch
Alpha!
yourself. I sense incredible power.
Far enough!
Ready and raring!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine!
Not now, not ever! You're mine!
Annihilation!
Soaring Light Spear!
Vanish without a trace! Explosion!
Heal! Take this!
Burning!
Soaring Light Spear!
Winds of heaven! First force! I'll
Soda!
heal you! I'm healing
I'm not done.
sorcery!
I couldn't make it in time.
Here I go! Double leap! In an instant! Impact Clock!
Got rid of the sword!
Looks like I won after all!
Except it doesn't look like that thing's finished yet! Not by a long shot!
No further!
Burning! Alright!
Rhapsody of darkness!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Far enough! Arch Shield! Holy Lance!
Now you see what I can do!
It's over!
I owe you, Tion.
I have
Healing is
no
what my
limits.
arts do best.
Take this!
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
You're mine! Pierce! Catapult! Scarlet Inferno!
Xion, Astral Energy, full throttle! Go! Far beyond the darkest cloud!
Sword Rain Alpha!
In a vine?
Dragon Form! Easter!
Where are you going?
Ready and rare!
Shine!
Dragon Form!
Burst of
regeneration!
Now
you see what I can do! Not a chance!
ready to go! Don't mind if I do!
Take this! Far enough!
Watch yourself! I sense incredible power.
Air thrust! A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! First force!
Down on the ground! Here I
Blue
go!
corruption!
Dragon
Now!
Form!
Ringlow! Frozen!
Hammer!
Step back! This one's all law!
Hey, new equipment!
Little help!
Do you require...
Here's evil!
Here I come!
Green Blazer! My astral!
Penumbra! Take this!
Reflect on
Those
Sword Rain
flying creatures
Alpha!
are real
Not today!
Sword
Sword Rain Alpha! Aim for the weak spot! Show me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely
Sword Rain
timed
Alpha!
waltz.
Lunar corruption!
Cure! Okay.
Banana, let's go! Mega Ray!
Another incantation
Time to
ruined.
let it rip! Now! Sword Rain Alpha!
Light Astral!
Megasonic thrust!
Thank you!
Here I come!
Here I come!
Megasonic thrust!
It's weakened!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
Burning!
Dragon Form!
Now!
Hey! Blow them away!
I've been doing really great lately.
natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never.
Aim for the weak spot. Sword Rain Alpha!
Ready to go. I don't even know the word defeat.
Drop down!
This ends now. now!
Consider yourself finished!
Things go out here!
It's time to end this battle!
No complaints here! A charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Soda!
Bloody
It looks like you got this one
no
covered.
further!
The waters of creation.
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Bloody
Get ignite!
Fire wings!
Here I go!
Magic is
Soaring
there!
with
Freeze flame here!
Sword Ray Alpha!
This'll come in handy. Lunar Corruption! Dream!
No escape!
Gemini Aqua! Chinese
Sword
Supernova! Let's go!
Stalagmite!
Let me show you what my art can do! Rise and shine!
Sword Ray Alpha! Eat this!
Resurrection!
Megasonic!
I'm ready! Law! Hey! Ha! Blow them away!
Come one, come all! Sword Ray Alpha!
Winds of...
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'm a whirling struggle!
Take this! Soda!
We never fit!
Can't get out of this!
No escape!
In here! Gemini Aqua!
Elusive deity! No dawn shall prevent
Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Form!
Tempest and Ghost Theater!
Sword Rain Alpha!
There you go! Don't let up! Come here! Divine! Ray struggle!
Outrun you in the dust!
Winds of
Sword Rain
heaven!
Alpha!
Here goes!
Soda! Burn in hell!
In here! Do it!
Soaring Light Spear!
Hey! Ha! Blow them away!
I've been doing really great lately. This'll make us even more formidable.